Good morning, children. Our previous class was based on operation of real numbers, where we have gone through the different results possible when two irrational numbers are added or subtracted or multiplied or divided, and similarly the different combinations we have gone through. The exercise 1.5 questions are based on three different types of questions to check whether a given number is rational or irrational, to find the sum or difference or product or quotient by either identity or by using distributive law. What I would suggest is you to work out the problems on your own and then only watch this video on the answers of the exercise questions from 1.5. Classify the following as rationals or irrational. 7 into root 5. 7 is a whole number. Root 5 is an irrational number. Product of a rational with irrational is an irrational number. Similarly, quotient of a rational with an irrational is again irrational. 21 is a whole number plus square root 2 is an irrational number. Addition is also irrational. Subtraction of 2 from the irrational number pi is also irrational. These are all the worked out examples in your textbook. These questions are from the exercise. 2 minus root 5, the answer is irrational. 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. This root 23 has 1 root 23, which shows that 1 is the rational factor. Root 23 is the irrational factor. Similarly, minus root 23 is again with rational factor 1 and irrational factor 23. So, when you simplify 3 plus root 23 minus root 23, they are simplified and the answer is 3, which is a rational number. Here, the first method is either root 7 can be cancelled. 2 by 7 is a rational number, or by property you can include as root of 7 by 7. Root 1 is the same as 1. But the answer will be finally 2 by 7, which is a rational number. Division of a whole number with an irrational number is always irrational. 2 into pi. 2 is a whole number. Pi is an irrational number. 2 pi is always a irrational number. These are the 5 questions in your textbook. Question number 1 of exercise 1.5. Before passing on to question number 2 in your textbook exercise 1.5, let me once again recall how to add, subtract, multiply and divide irrational numbers. These examples from your textbook will give you an idea. Add 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3 and root 2 minus 3 root 3. The first one to be added is 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3. The second number is plus. The add sign shows plus. Root 2, which is clearly we know it is 1 root 2 minus 3 root 3. Like when you have algebraic expressions to add, you used to add the like terms. Same way, when addition and subtraction is involved with rational numbers, you will add the rational numbers with the same irrational factor. You can see here 2 root 2 and 1 root 2 have the same irrational factor root 2. Thus, the whole numbers 2 and 1 can be simplified as per the sign here. So, if you arrange it as 2 root 2 plus 1 root 2 together, similarly, square root 3 and square root 3 with this term are of the same irrational factor. Arrange with the signs the same irrational, the rational numbers with the same irrational factor, which gives you 2 plus 1, 3 root 2, plus 5 minus 3 is plus 2, the irrational factor, and the answer is 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. Moving on to the second question, multiply. That means 6 square root 5 into 2 square root 5. The multiplication involves first the multiplication of the whole numbers 6 into 2, 12. Then square root of 5 into 5, because square root of A into square root of B is the same as square root of AB. Square root of 5 into 5 is square root of 25, or it is again 12 into 5, which is equal to 60. Or you can simply remember as root 5 into root 5 is 5. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. That means the product of same irrational factor is the rational number itself. Or if they are of different numbers, square root 2 into square root 3 is square root 6. This case, you can remember it as root 5 into root 5 is 5, or the answer is 12 into 5, 60. Moving on to the division, 8 square root 15 by 2 square root 3. The whole numbers can be simplified first. Square root of 15 by 3 by the rule of square root A by square root B is the same as square root of A by B. 3 and 15 can be simplified as 5, or the final product is 4 root 5. This is the method of simplification of irrational numbers. Students who have tried on your own can check your answers. The questions in the exercise are similar like the example we worked out yesterday, and every day please make sure you are writing the identities in the corner of the notebook as I have mentioned here, as these identities are useful even in the next lesson. A plus b whole square as a square plus 2ab plus b square, a minus b the whole square as a square minus 2ab plus b square, and a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. The identities are again useful in the next lesson, polynomials. Please check your answers. Those who have done or others can follow me because I will be explaining also. The first sum, 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. By distributive law, 3 with the second factor plus whatever be the sign here, root 3 into the full second factor. 3 into 2 is 6 plus 3 into root 2 is 3 root 2 plus 2 into root 3 is 2 root 3 plus root 3 into root 2 is root 6. Try to possibly write the whole number in the beginning and then the irrational factor. 6 is a whole number. 3 root 2 is an irrational number with rational number 3, root 2 as irrational whole number and root 3 as a rational factor, whole number 1 with root 6 as a rational factor. All are unlike terms. The answer is 6 plus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus square root 6. You cannot further simplify it. The second number is 3 plus root 3 into 3 minus root 3. It corresponds to the identity a plus b into a minus b. The result is a square minus b square, which shows that 3 the whole square minus square root 3 the whole square. 3 square is 9. Root 3 whole square is root 3 into root 3. As I have mentioned, it is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. Third question. Root 5 plus root 2 the whole square are similar as a plus b the whole square. A square plus 2ab plus b square. Your a takes the value root 5. B takes the value root 2. The expansion is root 5 the whole square plus 2 into square root 5 into square root 2 plus square root 2 the whole square. A takes the value root 5. B takes the value root 2. 2ab. According to the rule, root 5 the whole square will be the whole number 5 plus root 5 into root 2 will become root 10. 2 root 10 plus root 2 the whole square is 2. 5 and 2 are whole numbers. You can add it as 5 plus 2, 7 plus this 2 root 2, 2 root 10 will remain as such. This 2 root 10 is a irrational number with rational number 2 and irrational factor as root 10. So the answer is 7 plus 2 root 10. The fourth one is identity. Root 5 minus root 2. Root 5 plus root 2. The identity 3. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. The answer corresponds as root 5 the whole square minus root 2 the whole square. Root 5 the whole square meaning is root 5 into root 5, which is 5 minus root 2 the whole square is 2 into, answer is root 2 into root 2, which is equal to 2. 5 minus 2, the answer is 3. These are the textbook exercise questions based on the topic operations on real numbers.